Cruise Knowledge Hub keeps you informed.
Hey, welcome to The Explainer. So if you've got a Caribbean vacation on the books, you've probably seen some headlines that, well, they might have made your stomach drop. Today, we're going to cut through all that noise and break down exactly how a major geopolitical event is hitting travelers, and more importantly, what it really means for your trip. Yeah, a headline like this one from the Washington Post, that'll definitely get your attention and cause some serious anxiety. And for good reason. It sounds incredibly dramatic, but what's the real story here? Is your dream vacation actually about to go up in smoke? Let's find out. And look, this isn't just a one-off report. We're seeing this from major outlets all over, from the Associated Press to Reuters. So the bottom line is, the travel disruptions are very real and they are widespread. All right, so to really get what's going on with all these cruise and flight changes, we got to go back to the source. It all starts with a U.S. military operation connected to Venezuela. That single action is creating this massive ripple effect that's washing over some of the most popular vacation routes in the entire Caribbean. And as you can see, we're not talking about some small, obscure cruise lines here. We're talking the big guys: Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Celebrity, and Princess. If you're booked with any of them, you're gonna wanna stick around because we're about to explain exactly what you need to know. Okay, so the first hurdle for literally thousands of travelers isn't even on the water. Nope. It's in the air. Before you can even get a whiff of that sea breeze, you've got to get to your cruise port. And right now, that's become a huge, immediate challenge. And here's the absolute key to understanding this whole thing. The US Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, is putting safety first. They've put a temporary lid on commercial flights in the airspace near all that military activity. Now, this isn't them trying to ruin your vacation. It's a standard safety-first move, but one that has enormous consequences for anybody trying to fly through there. And this slide, wow, it really lays out the domino effect. We are seeing tons of cancellations, and it's hitting those key cruise hubs like San Juan, Aruba, and Curacao the hardest. Now, there is some good news here. Major airlines are waiving change fees. But the flip side is that just getting to your ship on time has suddenly turned into a giant, stressful puzzle. Okay, so let's say you've navigated the airport chaos. Now let's talk about the cruise itself, because this airline headache quickly turns into a real challenge for the ships and their, very carefully planned schedules. This is it, the big one, the question that's on everybody's mind and causing the most sleepless nights. So let's just get right to it. Are the cruise lines just pulling the plug on everything? And the answer, thankfully, is probably not. It is really unlikely your whole cruise will be canceled. The ships are still sailing, but, and you have to hear this part, you need to be ready for your itinerary to look different. Flexibility is absolutely going to be your best friend here. You can imagine the cruise lines are scrambling, right? On the one hand, they're facing huge challenges, like delaying departures to wait for passengers stuck on flights. On the other hand, they are responding. You've got lines like Virgin Voyages offering credits if you miss the boat, and pretty much all of them are busy rerouting their ships to safer ports. This chart right here is a perfect snapshot of what those changes actually look like in practice. Those super popular ABC islands, that's Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, they're the ones getting swapped out because they're just too close to the action. So instead, your ship is probably going to head to other beautiful spots, like Barbados or St. Lucia, that are much further away from the restricted areas. Okay, so that's the what and the why. Now for the most important part of this whole explainer. What should you do right now? We're going to turn all this info into a clear plan to help you protect your vacation and just lower the stress levels. We've boiled all the best advice down into 4 simple, manageable steps. Let's walk through them one by one so you know exactly what to do. Step 1, and do this first, get in touch with your cruise line. Go to their website, get on the phone, whatever it takes. They are your #1 source for the latest, most accurate info for your specific trip. Ask them straight up about itinerary changes and what their policy is if things get disrupted. Step 2, you have to be your own advocate with the airline. Don't just sit around waiting for that dreaded cancellation email. Be on their app, check their website constantly. If you see trouble brewing, start asking about other options, like flying through hubs that aren't affected, maybe in Jamaica or the Dominican Republic. All right, step 3. This one is maybe the best piece of advice I can give you to save your sanity. Build in a buffer. Seriously, if you can swing it, change your plans to get to your departure city a day or even 2 days early. That extra time is your insurance policy, and it'll keep you from being that person sprinting down the pier as the ship is pulling away. And last but not least, step 4, you've got to stay in the loop. This whole situation is fluid, it's changing fast, so keep an eye on official sources. Think US State Department advisories, things like that. Knowing the latest facts will help you make the smartest moves. When you step back from all the logistics, this whole thing really makes you think. In our crazy, unpredictable world, sometimes our vacation plans and huge global events are just going to collide. It really makes you wonder, right? When the path to paradise cuts right through a conflict zone, what's the real price we have to be ready to pay? Definitely some food for thought.
Like and subscribe to Cruise Knowledge Hub and keep informed.